All right, and hello. Thanks for tuning in to SSR F2 Round 6 French GP. This is AJ Mars 7. I got GB Sanderson here with me in the box.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Circuit of Paul Ricard. Hopefully a bit more exciting than it is in real life, but you never know.
We see Stinner in the chat there. Welcome, Stinner. Good luck today. Let's talk a little bit about the track here. We're looking at 15 turns, just under 6 kilometers. This track is well known for its blue and black striping in the runoff areas. That's actually a mixture of asphalt and tungsten, which gives it that dark color to help maximize grip instead of your traditional gravel. The barriers are also a newer addition. They're designed to take the impact and absorb it instead of going with the traditional tire barrier here. Just before the start of the 2019 season, we saw that the pit entry was moved off the main straight and back in the middle of turn 14-15 due to safety concerns there. So that's been a new change here in the opening of this season. And looks like JRT Salt's going to be setting the pace here for us in the quali session.
Let's see. He's coming into the third sector now. Still holding that lead. He's been there pretty much the whole lap as well, to be fair to him.
Nice and tight around the sweeping right-hander.
Nice late apex as well. Coming out of turn 12 there.
Some fun facts. Michael Schumacher currently holds the most wins here for the F1 series with 8. Ferrari also in there with the top constructor wins with 17. Michael Schumacher's got this one figured out.
It seems like JRT Salt has definitely got this one figured out as he takes pole from Stenner by over 0.8 of a second there. That's a dominant performance in qualifying.
My telemetry is very messed up here. I'm only seeing one car at a time on the track. Oh. Time remaining in quali 8 seconds is what it's showing me.
Yeah, same with me. I think it was a one-shot quali.
Fantastic. Alright. That would explain it. Stenner right in there behind him, 142.4. Monkey hot on his heels, in for the 3rd spot. Livid right there in the 4th. Charisma in there for the 5th spot. It's going to close out the top 5. Alright. Salt Stenner in the front row. Monkey and Possum right behind him. Charisma and Little Naughty in that 3rd row. Had a few disqualifications there. Possibly quali bans. Alright, looks like Division's having trouble getting in. Let me see if we can get him in here. Oh, I don't think I have Division on here. Do you have Division, GB? Can you see about getting him in?
I'm not sure if I do.
Alright. Stand by. We're trying, Division. Hang in there, buddy. Race directors.
Let's have a look.
Posted in here. There's Monkey.
Invite friends.
It's showing him in.
There we go, Dividend's gone through now, hopefully.
Alright.
I'm hoping I've got the teams right, people. I'm just going to check.
What's up, Daniel Cooper? Thanks for tuning in. See there, Vex in the chat. Good luck. 15 viewers already. That's fantastic turnout today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Already got people readying up. Don't think that's going to be cool.
People are not going to be happy about that one. Going to be having drama yet again.
Someone has already readied up. It's on the stream. We saw it. Division still doesn't look like he's in.
But we are on the way to
Assault
the
gonna
race
take us
anyway. On the no formation lap. We don't have this in F1. So why have F2 got a formation lap? Cheeky people.
Well, this will hopefully give Division time to get in.
Fingers crossed.
He dropped beforehand though, so I'm not sure if he's going to have time to get that setup on. That may cost him. Big shout out to everybody tuning in. This is the feature race, round 6 at France, Paul Ricard Circuit. We are on the formation lap. Salt's taking us out after he steals away that pole position. We're going to have 15 laps here, followed by a sprint race. 1 through 8 is going to be reverse grid. Everybody trying to get those tires nice and warm. You can see them bobbing back and forth.
Just going to take a look at the results from last time while they go around the track. We'll see who is currently leading the standings and whatnot going into round 6.
I know we've had some additions here. A couple of new faces in the grid. Welcome to those guys that got them a seat here. Congratulations. Alright, Sauce brings us around the last corner here. The grid's going to form back up.
Yes, so after round 5, it is currently Stenner who is leading the title fight on 130 points after 5 rounds. He is leading away from Division on 117, and they are definitely the 2 clear-cut leaders at this stage, because then it's a massive gap back to Bascombe in 3rd on 66. So Stenner will definitely be hoping for a good result here with Division all the way down in 11th. Could really help
Yeah,
it.
tough break there with him lagging out.
Yeah,
it's a tough break with Division lagging out. That's going to definitely give Stenner the advantage up there in the P2 spot. A lot of cars ghosted on the grid as well. Looks like this lobby is dead. Drive-through penalty for just Sanders jumping the start there. A lot of cars ghosted on the grid. Pieces and parts flying. We got somebody around back there. Vex is around on the starting grid. It was Vex, SSR Vex around. We've got the Renault of Division around too. So many cars ghosted on the
so
grid.
Many ghosting cards here. Oh,
there's another car around as well. Looks like Possum maybe around. No. A lot of contact right here at the beginning.
My menus are tripping out at the moment. According to my menus, Vex is current. Oh, now he's jumped to the back. Vex was leading momentarily on my menu. Very odd.
Alright, looks like the telemetry is coming back in now.
Yeah, it's looking like it is Salt who leads the way by 6 tenths of a second from Stenner from Monkey. So the top 3 keeping their positions so far.
We're on board with Charisma here. P5 currently trying to close the gap to Clutchy. 0.06 of a second off him. Telemetry is sporadic. It's not looking accurate as his time's not changing at all.
Oh, there's been a spin there for Neymar. He's gone for an absolute dive bomb at the inside I think it was of Arrow, and it's backfired for him. He's spun it around, now going down to the 16th. So not a great start for the two
Big
Campos
trouble.
drivers. Yeah, not a good start for the two Campos drivers with Zeus and Neymar now right towards the back of the grid.
We got Sanders in the pits doing a drive-through. Vex is getting a new wing after his spin there on the starting grid. Salt still leading us out right now. Stinner in behind him, 1-3. Cars ghosting and glitching all over the screens here.
Some seemingly quite big
back up.
gaps as well, according to the telemetry anyway. No one seems to be... Oh, now it's updating fully. That's a bit better.
Charisma seems to be our close battle here, right in behind Clutchy. As they come down into the chicane, he looks to the inside, but not enough time to get it done.
It's Taylor Chan is currently side by side with Arrow. He's got the move done going through turns 8 and 9. Good move there for the man in the Carlin. But he still has the two Dams cars behind him, so they'll be looking hopefully to get their positions back.
Charisma's still all over the gearbox of Clutchy, having to back out there a little bit, avoiding contact. Neymar passed his teammate, waited Zeus.
And also past Notti as well, who looks to maybe have had a bit of a problem. Although Zeus falling back behind Notti, but then sends it up the inside, going into turn 12.
Let's jump back to that battle.
So,
See, race control comes across a 3-second penalty for SSR Vex. He's doing his best to get caught up to the pack here after having to pit there in lap 1.
the two Dams cars are side by side going into turn 1. In P8 and P9, Reflex and Arrow swapping positions left, right and centre. They're still battling for position here. They are actually battling for what will be the lead of the race in race 2 if it stays as it is.
Oh, we see Division coming up the inside there.
Yeah, Division manages to split the two of them. Gets up the inside. He'll be wanting that
Got
P8
Zeus in the
if he
pit.
can. Remember F2
Zeus has been in a
obviously
long
the top
time in the pit.
8. The top 8 and F2 obviously get their positions switched round for the sprint race. So 8th place might not even be a bad place to finish in, because you will be on reverse grid pole with that. As Division actually makes the move now up into P8, getting past both the Dams cars there. Although Reflex thinking about making a move up the inside, their bit of daring one hasn't paid off. Charisma out of the race.
That looks like Terminal. We see him off to the right there.
Maybe lost the rear end or something, maybe some contact.
See if we can flip back to Sanders and see. He's off the side there. Hard to tell. We'll go on board with Zeus, see if we can get a shot of the car.
We're going to keep an eye on the battle currently over P7 with Division, Reflex and Arrow
Star has
battling
cleared
over.
the grid.
Maxim is in the pits, so potentially it might have been a bit of contact with Maxim. I'm not sure whether the two of them, Maxim and Charisma, were battling or not.
Maxim is getting a new nose.
So that would potentially explain it. Maybe if Maxim tried to send it up the inside into turn 10, not too sure. On board with Reflex at the moment, he's trying to find a way back past Division. He does have some front wing damage as well on the front right, so that could make it a bit more difficult for him. Although, as I say that, it goes
seeing
right
here from-
around the outside.
Yeah, we're showing telemetry here for Reflex. He's showing a 3-second penalty currently. Maybe Division backing out so he didn't have to battle just yet.
Oh,
Wheel to wheel through
big
the
contact
chicane.
though. I think Division's gone round though. He has.
Yep, he
Contact
has.
between Reflex and Division. Sends Division down to P11 as they battled for positions through the They turn 8 and turn 9 at the end of that long straight.
You see the teammates battling it out.
There'll be a race on battle between these two, definitely. It seems to be very evenly matched on pace. Stenner is into pits from P2. We'll keep an eye on his pit stop for you, see if it's any good.
GB, they're saying you're a little bit quiet in the chat. It says your comms are breaking up as well.
Oh dear. See if that's any better.
Says you're getting a lot of static. Oh, and there goes my chat.
See if that's any better.
Alright, how's that, guys?
So Stenner has come out just ahead of his teammate there after his pit stop in P11. So he'll be looking to hopefully get back into P2, if not challenge for the lead after Salt makes his pit stop. He's currently got a very dominant 7-second lead out at the front.
After that unfortunate spin, we see Division caught back up to Livid. He's looking to make a move here.
The lock up
In
there
the
for
slipstream.
Salt. Be interesting to see if Salt pits on this lap in response to
Division peeks to the inside, not able to get it
Stenner.
done. And there he goes, around the sweeping right-hander, takes him with ease, moving back up the grid. Division up to P9 after that spin in the chicane where he made contact with Reflex Pilot.
We've got Clutchy into the pits now from P3. So the first of the Carlins makes their pit stop. As well as
Arrow
Arrow
is
and
in the
Neymar
pits.
as well. So that were the pit crews it could be here, further down the grid.
See Reflex moving up there as everybody dips in.
Decent pit stop from Clutchy. We'll see how Arrow gets on. Division also into the pits with Opossum and Neymar. They're all swapping around.
Bradley Johnson in the chat says it's time to upgrade from your Tesco Blue Band Wi-Fi there, GB.
Ah.
Tough break there. Alright. Little Naughty in the battle here. Chasing down Clutchy. We're on board with him. Very wide there out of the exit. Looks like he's struggling for grip there. Race control comes across with another 3-second for Vex. He's struggling back there in the back trying to get caught up.
JRT Salt still hasn't pitted from the lead of the race at the moment. He's going around for yet another lap.
He's building quite a gap as well. Let's take a look at the chat here. Alright, we got Naughty in the pits. Pop back up to our leader, Salt here. Way out front now. Huge gap. We'll probably see him pit here.
You would have thought so, surely. A 20-second gap back to Reflex. Another, well, about a 30-odd second gap back to Stenner, who is in the net P2 at the moment. You would have thought, surely, Salt must be coming in any time soon.
Reflex right in behind him in P2, a ways back, but showing a penalty at the moment. He's got a big gap to third place of Stinner right now, who pitted. Train of cars right behind Stinner. Monkey, Sanders, Bimble, Clutchy, and his teammate Taylor Clan. That's going to be the second group of cars.
This moment of truth for
Looks
Salt.
like there's...
He does peel into the pit lane. So
He's got plenty of time, 22 seconds. He's going to come out either right behind him.
I have no idea why my mic is being so glitchy, by the way, chat. I'm very sorry. I think it is a Twitch problem, though, because it's a new controller and new headset. For AJ in the party, so I think that is just purely a problem with Twitch, to be honest.
We are trying to work the problem here. We see Salt come out as Reflex pitted in right behind him. Miles ahead now, absolutely. Stinner making a little bit of ground there with the pit stop, but he's still just under 10 seconds back. Salt comfortably out front.
Looks like the main battle on track for now might be over the podium, with Sander just about half a second behind Monkey in third. That is a fight for position as well. They have both made their pit stops, so with 7 laps to go, could we maybe see a double podium for the boys in Trident, with Stenham already on the podium? And oh, that looked like a spin for Monkey there. Sander is through, and it was a spin
off
for
on the
Monkey.
right.
Monkey
Dimble sneaks
losing it
past
on the
him.
inside there, I think, through turn 5 and 6, just losing the rear end a bit, and it has cost him. He could even lose out to the two guys in, what team is that? Carlin. It looks like he's going to lose out to potentially one of them at least. Fighting for his life to
Defending
save
well,
that
he's got the
P5.
elbows out. They're looking to split him here. Clutchy on the
You see a
outside.
dive up the inside. Not
Clutchy's
quite
going
this time.
inside. Looking to
All
make a
got through
move
it
here in the
cleanly.
sweeping right-hander. Monkey defending well, though. Clutchy real
running out a
wide.
bit
Taylor Chan
wide.
takes him on the inside. Great move there, taking advantage of the wide turn by his teammate. With that spin for Monkey, we see Sanders has rejoined his teammate. Looks like somebody's around. Little Naughty out of the chicane.
We see just Sander
Into
in the
the
pits
wall.
now.
Naughty struggling back there. Falling all the way back to P16. Stinner still holding out strong up there in the P2 spot. 11 seconds off Salt, who's opening up a gap.
I'm wondering if there might have been contact, between Monkey and Sander.
Alright, Chad, how we sounding? Is that a little better? Made some adjustments here in party.
It looks a little bit better. I don't know whether you've adjusted something. I had a little
I
wiggle
tweaked,
around
I
with the
tweaked the
headset.
mic volume here in party to see if that'll help out. Said it was crackling
Seems
a
to
little
have done
bit,
it.
so hopefully that's helping out. If you're in the chat, let us know. Does that sound a little better for GB?
Notty
got-
is out of the race.
Zampa says much better. Solid, guys. Thanks for the feedback. We're
I'm
working
not
on
sure
it.
what Notty's done, but he's out of the race. Vex has just gone past him. He's on the outside of turn 13 he retired, so it's a very odd position to have retired in, so no real walls around there. So unless he's got terminal damage from a collision with another driver or has hit the inside wall coming on the exit of turn 12, I'm not really sure what's happened there. It's a very odd place
Take
to
a peek
retire.
at the race director and see.
His car has now been removed. I've just watched Salt come through turns 12 and 13, and the car is no longer there for us to have a look. But
Little
it is a
Naughty showing
very
terminal
odd
damage.
place. It's a very odd place to retire there. That is very interesting.
Yeah,
Be interesting to
He is
hear
showing-
from Naughty what happened.
he is showing terminal damage in the race incidents.
I tell you what, it looks like JRT Salt has this win in the bag at the moment for the MP Motorsport
It's definitely his
team.
race to lose.
Yeah,
He's
only
opening up a gap
extending that
constantly.
Up to 13 seconds now over Stenner in second. And Dembele has managed to get himself up into third as well, ahead of Taylor Chan. With just Sander dropping down into P11 after having to make, I believe, a second pit stop. I'm just going to check that. No, just Sander only made one pit stop, so he just left it very, very late before making his first stop of the race. Well, first and only stop of the race for him. Currently only Vex has made more than one pit stop. And I've got to say, if anyone's going to be driver of the day at the moment, if it's not going to be Sol, it's probably going to be Taylor Chan. Because looking at the leaderboard for how many positions people have moved up, he's up 13 positions in this race and has made the same amount of pit stops as everyone else.
We see him trying to defend Monkey right now, who gets by him on the inside, but Taylor is defending well, keeps him at bay for a little bit longer. We are watching that battle. We're going to go on board with Monkey as he tries to get past him here. Driver in the Carlin here, Taylor's doing a great job defending, giving just enough room to let him get a run, but shutting him down. A little bit of lock up there by Taylor. Monkey's just in the wings, waiting for his moment, looking for a bobble, a mistake.
And it's certainly going to be an even fight as well. Both drivers on 3-lap old hards, so they definitely have a fair battleground between them. No real advantage for either driver. It's purely going to come down to individual setups as well as driving styles.
As we're watching the chase cam there from Monkey's car, it looks like Taylor gets a better turn in coming into turn 2. Monkey just a little bit wider, scrubbing some speed. But he seems to be matching him blow for blow here. Taylor has opened up a bit of a gap again. Monkey just outside of the DRS range now as they come through the Sector 2 DRS zone. Not able to take advantage. Taylor's starting to pull away now. We've got a battle hack here in the back.
I've just got some information there from Vex, who has managed to find the time to message me during the race whilst in 15th, to say apparently Notty just retired on the track because he was just basically a bit fed up of where he was in the race, not happy with his race, and has just retired on track. That's apparently what happened according to Vex, who was riding directly behind him, so cannot confirm that myself, didn't see it, but that is the words of Vex from 15th place, who, I mean, he's 26 seconds behind Zeus. I think he could pretty much put his feet up and just have a relaxing race from here on in, because I don't see him catching anyone unless something goes drastically wrong.
A tough break for him. We saw him get turned around there in the grid. Not sure if he lost the traction or somebody got into him, but he was around on the starting grid. Really putting a damper on his race today. We'll take a moment to thank everybody for tuning in. We got 6. It's a great turnout for F2. We super appreciate everybody taking time to watch the race today. All of us guys at SSR appreciate you tuning in. So big shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Tell you one person that could be a good shout to keep an eye on in the final couple of laps. Just Sander is the only man on a set of soft tyres at the moment, and they are quite new tyres as well, only 3 laps old. He is chasing down Division in the Virtuosi car in 9th place, and he's only got a 2-second gap at the moment, so we could well see a late battle there for P9. I don't see Sander catching Reflex for P8 and what would be reverse grid pole, but perhaps maybe a late charge for P9 for Sander on the quicker soft tyres. As you see,
he does look like he's shaving some time there. Close the gap under 2 seconds now.
We could actually be seeing a bit of a battle. Oh, never mind, Vex jumps just through. Well, Vex, despite having time to text during the race, which, please, if you're watching, kids, don't text and drive, but Vex, despite that, has managed to get up into P14, so that's
Salt there with the fast lap as well, 143.9. That's going to get him some extra points.
Good job from him. He's now got a 17-second lead over Stenner.
Steady pulling away as well.
Another battle
We
to
see
keep an eye on
Neymar
for
in the hunt for
final
Clutchy.
laps. Taylor Chan.
Neymar looking to the outside of Clutchy. Down the straight, has the DRS. And you can see Clutchy dips in behind. Neymar able to get it done.
A second battle that will be good to keep an eye on as well. Taylor has managed to shake off Monkey and created a nice 2-second gap back to the man in 5th place. But now he's chasing Dembele down in the ART for P3, so we could see a late battle for the podium in the final few laps. As well as that, Just Sander has managed to halve the gap to Division over the last couple of laps, so he is within a
Taylor
second
Chan,
as well.
with the DRS, has closed the gap to 2/10, looking to make a move inside at the chicane. Not
Ooh, that's
able
gonna
to
be a
get it done
close
there,
one.
wheel to wheel.
Will he go for the
Very
switch back
close
though,
there.
coming out of turn 9? He's
Still
on
in
the
the
power.
slipstream.
He's going to try and pull alongside, but he's not quite close enough yet, is he? Maybe. Side by
No, he's
side.
going to have to back out to keep the car. It's a good run. He had a great run out of there. They were just side by side, not able to get that momentum.
Meanwhile, further down the grid, Just Sander has made the move up into P9, overtaking the Virtuosi of Division, who drops down to P10, but with a 7.5 second gap to Reflex in P8 and just 2 laps to close it. I think he probably is going to have to settle for 9th place here, unless something goes drastically wrong for Reflex, whose, in fairness, his hard tires are only a lap older than Just Sander's softs. I would have thought Reflex is going to hang on for a reverse grid pole.
Taylor Chan
Yeah,
going
in
for a
this
move
race.
back on Dembele. On the inside, backs out late. Not able to get the run that he needed. All over his gearbox though, with just 2 to go here.
I reckon we'll be waiting to see him move in the DRS straight, going between turn 7 and turn 8 here for Taylor. I think that's going to be one of his best chances, if not maybe back on the start-finish straight again in the following lap. But it's
he's
certainly
all
a
over
battle
him.
that's heating up. And I mean, to be fair, Taylor's drove a fantastic race today. He's gained 13
DRS
positions, I
opens
believe it
up.
was.
You see him making the run here. He's going around on the right. Gets it done
Off
with
the
ease.
outside. Yeah, makes a move around the outside. Holds the
Textbook
position
overtake
nicely.
right there, guys.
That sees him now up 14 positions in this race. A fantastic job by Taylor in the Carlin. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's definitely had a great race today, showing some tremendous pace. Textbook overtake there. But we're going to see Dembele. He's going to have the DRS in the straight again. Maybe he can take it back, as we see Taylor get a little bit of wheel slip as he enters the left-hander here.
JLT
He's got to capitalize
Saltz
here.
has
This is
just-
his chance.
JLT Saltz just started the final lap of the race and with a 20-second lead over Stenner. Got to say, it's been a dominant drive by Saltz today. The sole MP Motorsport driver has really done his team proud in this one, keeping at bay the championship leader, who, in fairness, is going to gain a lot of points over his championship rival Division, who's only down in P10. So it's been a very successful race for Stenner, but even more so for Salt. Been a commanding drive, fully deserved win this is going to be.
Well, Taylor Clan gets a great run out of the last corner, able to fend off in the start straight. I think he might be able to keep him at bay here. He's opened up a little bit of gap, 7/10, but he's not in the clear just yet. The run he got out of the last corner really helped him defend there. Oh yeah, the gap's really opened up over almost a second now. He gets a great run into the second sector. I don't see Dembele having enough time. He's got good pace, but he's just 8/10 off and no time to get it back.
I'm now riding on board
Taylor.
at the moment with JRT Salt as he comes round the penultimate corner. It's going to be, like I say, a very dominant win as he rounds the final corner and just has one final straight to go. He knows he's won it. It's been a commanding drive for Salt. Qualified on pole by 8 attempts, he'll win by over 20 seconds from Stenner. and setting the fastest lap of the race on the final lap just to do it in style as well. I mean, what a drive from Salt. It's going to be Stenner who will round the final corner to claim P2. And a decent race to him as well. He'll extend his lead in the championship fight, but finishes 25 seconds behind.
Taylor Clan there. Great showing today.
Taylor Clan's going to be jumped though by Dembele for the podium, being jumped on penalties. A bit of a sad way for Taylor to finish his race, to be jumped on penalties like that, but fantastic drive still. 13 places gained from the start. He's had a brilliant race there.
Alright, and if you're not familiar with F2, just a reminder, first place through 8th place are going to be reverse grid for the sprint. So as we see Reflex Pilot in P8, he's on the bubble there. He's going to be taking us out from the front in the sprint race. Salt will be all the way back in P8, so he's going to have some traffic ahead of him on the start of the second race.
I tell you what, this second race is really heating up to be a really good watch, actually, because if you look at that reverse grid, obviously Reflex, Clutchy and Neymar go benefit the most, starting in P1, 2 and 3 respectively. But if we look back, with the race winner and second place, Salt and Stenner, they will be in P8 and P7, with Division right behind. So the two championship rivals starting in P7 and P9. That could be a really interesting watch.
Alright, I got a message from Zeus, Weighted Zeus. GB, can you see if you can get Zeus in there? Said he was lagged out.
1 second.
Yeah, fantastic drive from JRT Salt. No doubt there.
It's not letting me invite people. Come on, game.
Alright.
There we go.
Aaron with the skies, we're trying to get him back in here.
No, it is.
You able to get Zeus?
It's going to let me know, I would have thought, when it goes back to the menu here. Then again, why is it not letting me invite him? Hey. With Zeus, we will be with you shortly. Looks like we're going to have to wait for it to load into the next session. It doesn't give me the option on this menu to invite anyone, which is a bit annoying.
Alright, while we're waiting on everything to get loaded back in here, I want to give a big heads up to everybody watching. We got 20 viewers right now. I've got the okay to go ahead and announce October 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight UK at Silverstone. We've got SSR versus BRL, Breakout Racing League. Don't miss that. That is going to be an absolutely tremendous race. Don't forget, October 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight UK, SSR battling BRL at Silverstone.
Right, Zeus, that invite is now being sent out. So hopefully we can get you in before this race starts. There you go, the invite has now been sent. So fingers crossed you can get in before this second race starts. Vex is still messaging me at the moment.
Already, we have someone readied up. I'm showing Taylor Clan and JRT Salt already readied up. Guys, don't forget, do not ready up before the host. That is a big penalty. You don't want to lose out on a race, possible quality ban or
Hopefully
race ban because
Zeus
of
is
that.
back in the race. I'm not sure. I'll have to let me know. I will send him another invite. But Zeus, if you're in the stream, just let us know if you've managed to get back in. I haven't seen it pop up that he's joined.
All right. As we said before, first place through 8th place is reverse grid. As we see Clutchy and Neymar make contact, they're going to be sent directly back to the grid, starting on very cold
Yeah, they go
tires.
get a slap across the knuckles for that one. But luckily no harm
Naughty,
done for
naughty.
them.
That is a yellow card. Looks like Neymar may have readied up there pretty fast. We'll have to go back and review that post-race.
I think Vex is definitely wanting to be pulled over by police at this rate because he will not stop texting while driving. He's messaged me to say, watch me, I'm going to finish P5. So starting P14, it's definitely going to be a challenge for him, but he's thrown down the gauntlet there. He's said he can finish P5, let's see what he can do.
Well, best of luck. It's going to be a tough one.
I mean, we saw it from Taylor in race 1 that it is definitely possible to climb up the positions in these races. He managed to get up 13 positions, so I mean, if Vex manages to do that, he's going to be fighting for a win at this race, at this rate. Sorry.
All right. Line of cars. Trying to get those tires nice and warm for the sprint. It's going to be 11 laps for the sprint race. Reflex on the bubble there, P8, was moved to the first spot for the reverse grid sprint start. Our big winner in the feature race, JRT Salt, starting P8 right in the middle of the pack. He's going to have a little bit of traffic to cut through, but I guarantee you, if he has the pace he did in the feature race, we're going to see him right back up front very quickly.
Charisma just taking his time on the formation lap. I think he's doing a bit of strategy there. He's created a bit of a gap to the cars ahead of him, coming through that final sector, so maybe wanted to get everyone else's tyres that little bit colder than his. Tell you one thing though,
Listening to the team radio, Campos driver Weighted Zeus is asking one of the other drivers why he's intentionally taking out the braking markers. That could be an issue presented to the stewards post-race.
Yeah, that is not very sporting behaviour there. As you wait for the lights, let's see what sort of a start Reflex Pilot can get from reverse grid pole. Also make sure to keep an eye out, P7, 8 and 9, the two championship leaders, Stenner and Division, fighting with the race winner from last time, Salt. So that should be a very entertaining battle to keep our eyes on. But we wait for the 5 red lights here. And we still wait.
Everybody is reformed. We've got no lights yet.
There's nothing like a little sit about in France to get the blood going.
We've got Neymar is ghosted in P3. Clutchy ghosted as well after the contact. Reflex Pilot is showing a red X as he appears to be lagged out.
No message that he's left the session just yet.
The cars are dancing a bit in the boxes. I think we might have a server issue.
I think hopefully it'll be one of those like the usual online issue that we've been seeing recently where we just sort of sit there and then it's
So I get loaded back in here. Alright guys, sorry about the technical difficulties. Looks like the lobby locked up. I was dashboarded, so bear with us just a moment while we get back set up. Tough break there. As you know from the previous races, Codemasters is still battling, giving us bugs after bugs. I am on it right now on the home screen. I'm gonna take it into the theater until we get an invite back. All right. I got screenshots of the results.
Message from Waiter Zeus. He's asking for an invite. Zeus, we have all been kicked out.
Yep, it booted everybody. Hang in there, guys. Division's going to work on getting the
it
server.
Certainly booted me and AJ anyway. I'm not sure about everyone else in the race, whether people are still racing, but the two commentators aren't there anymore, so that's a bit of an issue.
We got the boot for sure. Bear with us, everybody. We'll get back in there. Big shout out to Codemasters. Thank you for the broken game. We're loving it. Go on their Twitter. Tell them how much we love their broken game and how much we'd love for them to fix it. We just want to run a league race.
And while you're on Twitter, how about give Safe Space Racing a cheeky little follow, because, you know, why not? And if you haven't already done that, then honestly, what are you doing? SR Joe's saying in the stream chat that they are racing at the moment, so somehow we need to get the message across to them to stop, because we are not there.
I'm just hearing from SSR Command. He is trying to get us back in there right now. Bear with us, folks. Somebody is feverishly racing. If you're in last place, send us an invite.
Are they going to restart the race, or are we just going to commentate?
I think they're still racing, from what I understand. Let me see if I can get back in.
I am still Zeus definitely isn't racing because he's asked me for an invite, so we know that one driver definitely isn't able to race at the moment. I'm not there.
Looks like a couple of people were also kicked out.
Yeah, I think this is going to have to be a restart, unfortunately.
Tough break here.
Apparently Joe saw it on Sean's stream that Sean is in and racing, so yeah, that might be a bit of a problem.
Alright, there's an invite in. Stand by at GB. I will get you one as well. I'm loading into the session now. Thank you guys for the invite. I am in GB. Let's see if I can get you in here too, bud. Let me get loaded in. Thank you, Monkey, for the assist there. Alright, we are back in. Let me get you invited back in as well. Thanks everybody for sticking around. We apologize. Looks like we are still racing. Monkey has DNF'd. I think that's why we got the invite, but it looks like everybody else is still racing. Big surprise, JRT Salt out front 3 laps into the 11-lap sprint. We got Clutchy right behind him, Taylor Clan right in behind him. Stinner in there in P4. GB, you should have an invite, buddy.
Yep, I'm on my way.
Alright. Big shout out, Monkey. Thanks for getting us back in here, bud. Yellow flag, Sector 1. Not sure who that is just yet as we're trying to get all our telemetry back up. Alright, there we go, and we're back. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. 23 viewers held out through the little technical difficulties. Big shout out. Thanks for being patient with us. We've got JRT Salt out front again. Clutchy with his teammate Taylor Clan battling it out. Clutchy looking on the inside. Taylor gets by him. Taylor up into P2. Commanding race, last race. Back up front again. Reflex, our Pulsar all the way back to P14. I know we had some issues there on the start. Charisma right in the gearbox, and Neymar in the slipstream looking to close the gap.
I think Reflex isn't actually in the game, actually, because his car is still ghosted, and
he is ghosted. That is
particularly going too fast, especially after his first race where he seems to have a decent bit of pace about him. So,
oh, Formula Maxim around, coming in to the exit of the third sector, turns the car all the way around. He's back on track now. Neymar closing in on Livid. We got a little chain of cars coming down the front straight here.
That's that's 3 people that weren't in the game then.
And I know Vex made a bold comment about being P5 in this race, but we do see Vex in P8 currently. But he's got Livid and Neymar hot on his tail. Neymar closing the gap quickly here.
The more this race goes on and the higher he gets up the grid, the more suspicious I become that he had something to do with the connection issues here. Maybe this was part of his
Maxim in the
master plan.
Following Neymar, this is the battle for 9th place. Everyone up front's kind of strung out. We'll clip up to Sanders, who looks like he just got pie. Who's that? Dembele. Good pass there. Oh, he's real wide to the left. Losing the position back. Maybe a legal overtake. It's hard to tell. We tuned in as it happened.
Vex is squeezing Livid here. And Livid runs it out wide. Takes out the... Oh, actually no, avoids the 150 metre board just, but he's got Neymar up his inside. Going free turn 11. Neymar gonna make it stick there in the Campos. And now, oh, lock up, almost runs into the back of Vex there. Livid almost spinning it, try to be opportunistic and go for the move up the inside of Neymar. Cost him a bit of time, and now he's under pressure from his not his teammate, I don't think, but under pressure from Charisma, who is in the Sauber. Charisma gets the move done.
Oh, and we see Livid, big slip there coming out of the last corner, almost catches the wall there on the left side, able to dodge just in time. Charisma getting it done as well.
Sander and Dembele, they're going side by side through turns 1 and 2. Sander making the move stick to get himself up into P5.
Vex closes the door on Neymar. Turn 2. Big slide by Neymar, losing the position to Charisma. Not a lot of room left there. They were wheel to wheel coming into turn 2. Neymar looks like he got squeezed. Oh, into the back of Charisma there. Quite the battle we got going here in the back.
See if he's got any front wing damage from that. No visible damage. But it looks like he's going to make the move here.
Over.
Neymar around the outside. He's made the move stick already. Yellow flags up ahead. Not sure who that's for.
Dembele looks like he got turned around. Division squeezing by. Stenner and his teammate Sanders moving up 4-5. Taylor Clan and Clutchy teammates 2-3. Big points for those guys today if they can maintain those spots.
The 2 Carlins and the 2 Tridents having a very good race here. Be good for the Team Constructors Championships. It does seem everyone apart from Reflex is back in the race, but I have... Oh no, Zeus and Notty and Reflex are all still ghosted, but I have sent them all invites, so and none of them have messaged me back saying they haven't managed to get in and want another one, so I think they have just given up the ghost of this race. Racing around in P13, 14 and 15, Maxim all the way back in 16th in the pits. He's gone out on wet tyres because why not?
Oh, big contact there. Vex bobbing and weaving back and forth, makes contact with the right
out.
rear of Neymar, off the track, terminal damage. Neymar holding the line. Vex got a little squirrely there towards the end of the start straight. Saw him go right, left, right, back into the right rear of Neymar. Car just turns around straight into the wall, and that's going to be the end of Vex's day. Tough break. Big shout out. We got a new follower there. Thank you so much for that.
Vex saying in the chat that Neymar just bumped me. That'll definitely be one that goes to stewards, I feel. But no, Neymar's going to go and lap Maxim.
Looks like Vex got a little squirrely there. It's hard to tell. We were watching from the rear view.
I'm currently riding on board with Maxim at the moment. He seems to be having the most fun out of all the drivers, it's fair to say. He's currently roaming around in 16th place out on wet tyres, just in case a sudden downpour happens. We all know that the weather on F1 can change in an instant, but I think Maxim might be gambling a little bit too much there. As Arrow leaves the session, we'll send him another invite.
Salt still out front. Got a pretty good lead there, 3.5 seconds.
Not quite as dominant as he was in the first race, man. It has been a pretty...
Well, mind you, he did start P8, so he's up at least 8 positions. We got Possum battling back here. We're on board with him as he's trying to run Charisma down. They've been battling for the last few laps. 8 laps out of 11. Sprint race is almost completed here. Oh, we see Possum having a hard time keeping the tires on the ground. Another wheel slip for him. Big slip there as well. Struggling for grip. He's going to lose some time to Charisma there. Big chain of cars now. Everybody's spread way out. Arrow comes out just ahead of his teammate, Reflex Pilot, as he goes into the pits.
Neither of them are in the game though, and again I have sent them invites, but they've not joined back, so I think they're just giving up as well. So it's now just a battle for the top 10 with Maxim in P15 still going around on the wet tyres, because, you know, why not? People in the stream chat, please do not argue in the stream chat. Take it to the Discord, to private messages if you want to have a go at each other. We do not want to have to be seeing that in the stream chat.
Yeah, guys, please, if you're gonna do that, take it to private chat. Save space racing for a reason, guys. Show some respect.
Looking further down the track at the moment, doesn't really seem to be a battle going on. I'm looking at my full track map at the moment, and everyone has that little bit of a gap to each other. The main battle looks at the moment to be a Possum is catching up to the back of Charisma, maybe. But even then, that's still 1.5 second gap at the moment, so it's not particularly close.
Possum really struggling for grip. Seeing the rear end slide around quite a bit.
I'll tell you who is probably
rubber band there as well.
Tell you who is probably struggling for grip even more. That is Maxim, who, I mean, like the hero that he is still going around on the wet tyres there. And I mean, it's the story of the weekend, to be honest. It is an inspirational tale from Maxim there, but one that I don't think will be getting any points.
Sounds like there might be a little bit of drama on the radio. Monkey said he was not very pleased with the pass that Salt put on him, I believe while we were off stream. Said he was a little cindy on it and caused some contact with Monkey. Said he also may have got into Stinner as well. Seems like there was a question as to why that was necessary, so we might see that on the stewards table as well.
Seems like there's been quite a bit of drama then when we've not been there. People perhaps taking advantage of not being shown on camera quite as much to make some rather over-opportunistic moves.
The close battle we got right now is going to be Livid and Charisma. Livid closing the gap, got it down to a half second now. We see him doing his best to challenge Charisma.
Could maybe make a move here down into, well, on the back straight between turn 7 and turn 8. He goes quite deep there though through turn 4. That definitely compromises.
You see him keep losing the rear end right here. He's struggling to get the power down
on
for
ice
sure.
At the moment. And that gap opening up again to nearly a second. He does open up the DRS though, so we'll see if we can close in.
Yeah, the lack of traction is definitely killing his chances for a run here. You see him both laps we've watched here in this battle. He's lost the rear end coming out of there. There again, you see him slipping, struggling for grip as we're on board.
Dropping outside of the second as well now. So it's certainly not helping his chances.
Demble has closed the gap to Division under a half second now. We've flipped to that battle. We are coming around looking at the white flag. Just one to go on the next time around.
We are on the final lap of the race as well. JRT Salt just starting his final time around this Paul Ricard circuit. He's still got a 5-second lead out front, but we're on board with Dembele at the moment. He's thinking of making a move on Division. Goes to the inside, coming down the start-finish straight. Looks like he's going to have the move completed well before turn 1. He does. He goes through turn 1, makes the move stick, and that's him up into P6. But
we see Division challenging back though. Great run out of turn 2.
Yeah, he's made a fantastic run there. I'm sure he'll be thinking of making as good a run out of turn 6 as possible. Turn 6 and 7 onto that DRS straight, which is probably his best chance of overtaking here. And perhaps even one of his last chances of overtaking here.
Alright, you see the vanes open up on the rear spoiler. He's closing the gap in the slipstream, makes a move on the left. Getting it done with ease.
Formula Maxim
goes a little deep there for the late braking. Division getting it done, taking his spot right back. They're going to battle it out here on the last lap.
Meanwhile though, out at the front, JRT Salt, as you see Maxim finally getting disqualified on those wet tyres, but out to the front, JRT Salt rounding the final corner to complete what has been a dominant display this weekend from the MP Motorsports driver. He wins in race 1.
You see Demble losing the car. Oh, and the Campos of Neymar way off, dodging the Demble's car, who's trying to come back on the track. Division in the clear now. No contest for the start-finish line. Demble losing the car there right at the end. The rear end slips. He goes wide. Neymar dodging real wide in the runoff, trying to get out of the way. No contact, and that's going to be it. Got Salt, Taylor Clan, Stinner,
dominant
just
display
Sanders
this weekend.
Carlin and Trident, big constructor points today. Teammates working really well together up front.
I am a bit interested to perhaps hear from Clutchy or get told what happened in his race. I'm wondering if he ran out of fuel, because the two Carlins were in P2 and P3, and it seemed like there was not much gap between the two of them, but coming towards the line there was a massive gap between the two. And looking at the onboard here after the race, I'm riding on board with Clutchy. He's actually been overtaken by Sander on the cooldown lap. So I'm wondering if perhaps Clutchy managed to run out of fuel there on the final lap or something.
He's showing on the wheel that he's got fuel, but it's hard to tell. Charisma, driver of the day today.
It might just be me.
Looks like he lagged out right at the end. I think Joe's right. I think Clutchy might have lagged out right there at
That is very
Tough break.
unfortunate then.
the end. All right, drivers, if you're watching, be sure and get your clips in. Use the incident reports.
Do we do interviews in Formula 2? Or are they not counted as grown-up enough drivers because they're only in a junior
We'll get
junior
Division in here and let him make the decision on that. We'll see what
Okay.
we do here. Let's see. I don't believe I have Division on here. Do you have Division on your list? I'm not sure why.
I do have Division. While I
Get Division in here. We'll let him make the call on that. I'm gonna get some screenshots here of the race results.
So, I'll give you a quick rundown of this. In race 1, in the feature race, we saw Salt take a dot seconds over Stenner with Dembele in P3. Salt then over into the sprint race with another pretty dominant race there as well, 5 seconds. Taylor in second place with Stenner yet again on the podium at P2 in the first race, at P3 in the sprint race. A fantastic job by those two. Stenner will be extending his lead at the top of the championship by quite a way over Division as well, who this weekend, as Division actually joins the party as I'm talking about his results this weekend. But over the course of the weekend, Salt dominant.
Yeah, you know, what can I say? I disconnected, had no chance to set a quali lap, and had no setup.
There's only
Absolutely justified. That's a tough break.
Sergio on the stream would just welcome Division and Monkey into the party here, and well, as you can hear, Division obviously not too happy
No.
with Codemasters. Yeah, it's definitely a tough hit this weekend in the championship there with Stenner, a P2 and a P3.
Hey. You don't sound so dramatic. We still have a lot of races left. Nothing has been lost. It's just a small little dent.
It's a small dent in the championships and perhaps a bit of a dent in the heart as well from this weekend with Codemasters.
Do you want
We
to
want
top
to get some
3?
guys in here for.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, let's get some post-race interviews here.
Ik heb geen idee. Stenner, did he have a mic?
Stenner has kindly declined an interview. So, yeah,
Well, I've invited
I think we
Taylor
are
and
just
Salt.
simply not good enough for him.
I've invited Taylor and Salt. They were P1 and 3 overall. But
Charisma was driver of the day there as well. If we want to get him in.
And get him in instead of Stenner, I guess. With Stenner deciding we are not worthy to be graced with his presence.
he has no mic. He can't do anything about it.
Big shout out to Stenner, P3 there in the sprint
Yeah,
race.
fantastic job.
Does not have a mic, so he won't be joining us for the interviews, but we do want to give him a little hat tip there for a nice race.
He certainly deserves to get the butler to pour him a fine glass of whiskey tonight. He's done a good job.
All right, guys.
You guys are
if you
biased.
haven't already, be sure and tick the box in the party menu so that your mic is included in the stream. Sure, most of y'all have done that, but everybody wants to hear about it.
Yes, sir. Is Charisma joining?
He may or may not. I'm not sure. All right, GB, take it away. Ask the boys some questions.
Well, so far we've only got Taylor in the party, so I'll have to just ask you about your weekend to start off with, Taylor. There's decent performances out there. What's your take on the on this race as a whole?
I mean, I haven't done a lap in the F2 cars in, say, 3 months, so the qualifying was my first
Jesus.
lap in a few months, so, yeah, kind of invalidated my lap in qualifying, so started last. I ended up P4. Don't know how I got there, but we'll take it. And then sprint race is just try and stay with the salt because I expect a post-race penalty, but you never know.
Right, did you have an incident that we didn't catch on
What?
stream, or?
Oh no, I was right behind that incident going into the last corner, so I saw what happened.
That's definitely be an unfortunate way to end the weekend, but you did. I mean, to say you haven't raced an F2 car in so long, that is a really good performance, I've got to say. To get some solid points there on the board for the Carlin team.
All right, there's
We have
Charisma.
Charisma.
Charisma, be sure to take your
join in
box.
as well.
Hello.
Yes. Charisma, make sure that box is ticked, otherwise the fun cannot be had in this party.
Yeah, it's ticked, it's ticked.
Nice one. AJ, I'll
Well,
let
we
you
want to
do
give you a
this
big
one.
hat tip today. Driver of the day in the sprint race. You had quite a battle back there in the back. Let's give us a little bit about what happened today in the sprint race.
I got a good start, I'm not gonna lie. Good launch, and wait, who's talking? I'm confused. Who's? Is it me?
Yeah, it's you, Charisma.
Oh,
Go
okay,
ahead.
Monkey was talking. Didn't know he was talking. Alright, yeah, I had a good launch. It's a bit messy to be fair. I don't know if you guys saw it. It was a bit messy at turn 1. Cars spinning everywhere. I had to avoid all of it. And Formula Maxim, don't know what world or planet he was on, but he was giving me quite a bit of grief. And so I thought I'll give him a bit of a nudge saying, no way. So I got past him anyway cleanly, and as we got onto the back straight, he dodged my right rear, and I spun. So then I had to gain all the positions again and overtake and try and fight for the best I could. But yeah, I think it was 9th. So yeah, we move on.
Yeah, tough break. Yeah, we on the start of the sprint race, it dashboarded GB and myself, so we missed the beginning there. So we did see all the drama that unfolded
Yeah,
in turn 1.
It was a bit messy, but you know, it happens. So
It'll be one of those that definitely
Fantastic.
ends up at the steward's table, so I'm sure they'll be pleased of that.
Drivers, if you're watching, don't forget, get your incident reports in, clips, use the form provided there in the F2 chat. Division Monkey, you have anything for the stream?
I just hope for myself I get a decent race next time. And yeah, on to Austria. A little bit of a more challenging track instead of the boring France. So looking forward to it. Monkey?
I will practice and I will get you.
Okay, dude, yeah, alright.
We'll try
Challenge
and,
accepted.
try and repair that hole in the heart from Codemasters this weekend that it left you.
Yeah, tough break. Guys, if you're
All
watching,
will be great.
please go to Codemasters Twitter and let them know what we're experiencing here. The more of us that speak up, the more likely we are to get this fixed. I know we all enjoy the game, but it's not enjoyable when people are lagging out and we can't get one race done. So guys, please, I encourage you, go there, tell them what's going on. We got to be a voice as a community and let them know so we can get this fixed. But big shout out for everybody tuning in today. We're up in the high 20s, I think, at the peak. So big shout out, especially after the lag out. We had everybody stick around. So that's a big shout out again to the viewers. Again, don't forget, October 6th, 7 p.m. Eastern, midnight UK, SSR versus BRL. It's going to be one for the books, guys. Don't miss it. Put it on your calendar, set a reminder. It's going to be a fantastic battle between these two guys. All right, guys. Well,
There
we
we
want to thank
go.
everybody for tuning in. I think that's going to be it for today.
Yeah, big shout out to the streamers as well. AJ Mars and Sanderson. Thank you
Thank
guys.
you very much.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Glad we could do it for you guys.
It's always a pleasure. Hopefully be back on the comms sometime soon.
Let's go.